Hello everyone! Have you ever had an alarm clock suddenly stop working and end up making you late for work or missing an important task? That situation feels frustrating. I picked up this alarm clock and noticed it stayed completely silent. The hands did not move at all. I tried removing the battery and putting it back in, but the clock still refused to run. But do not rush to throw it away. The problem is often simpler than it looks, and many times it comes down to one thing: the battery. Start by removing this battery from the clock and placing it on the table. Grab a multimeter and set it to DC voltage. Touch the probes to the positive and negative ends and hold steady. The reading stays flat. This battery has no usable power left. Look around for a replacement battery. But there is no matching type available. Only a smaller battery sits in the drawer. That means the original battery needs attention, and a backup plan also helps. Tell me where you're watching from. I always enjoy seeing the different cities and states you're tuning in from. Before trying any charging method, clean the battery terminals. Dirty contacts block current flow and make testing unreliable. Spray a small amount of WD-40 onto a piece of sandpaper. Rub the positive end of the battery gently until the metal looks brighter. Do the same on the negative end. Keep the pressure light and focus on removing oxidation. Wipe the battery clean with a dry cloth so no residue stays on the surface. Clean metal gives better contact and better results. Prepare a simple power source using a phone charger. Take a USB charger and a cable. Cut off the small device connector so you can access the wires inside. Before connecting anything, check the charger output. Turn on the multimeter and set it to DC voltage. Plug the charger into the wall. Touch the red probe to the red wire and the black probe to the black wire. The screen shows around 5 volts. That is the correct output for a phone charger, and it gives a controlled low voltage source for this experiment. To make a stable connection, attach a flat metal washer to the red wire. Twist the copper around the washer tightly so it holds. This washer helps spread contact and keeps the wire from slipping. Place the black wire against the negative terminal of the battery and use tape to hold it firmly in place. Make sure the wire stays flat and does not move. Keep the red wire separate so it cannot touch the black wire. Double check polarity. Red goes to positive. Black goes to negative. This step matters for safety. To help the battery recover, use a saltwater cup method. Saltwater helps create a simple conductive environment that allows current to flow more smoothly during a recovery charge. Pour table salt into a glass cup. The salt increases the water's ability to carry electricity, which supports the reaction at the battery's positive terminal. Drop the washer into the cup. Add clean water and stir until the salt dissolves. Dropping the metal washer into the salt water also matters because it works like a stable contact point. It spreads the electrical connection, reduces slipping, and helps deliver power evenly instead of forcing the wire tip to touch directly. The water should look clear, with no salt sitting at the bottom. This mixture will act as a conductive bath for the washer connection. Take a paper clip and bend it into a simple holder. Clip it onto the battery so it stays stable. Lower only the positive end of the battery into the salt water. Lower the washer connected to the red wire into the salt water so it touches the liquid. Watch closely. Small bubbles begin forming around the positive end of the battery. The water slowly changes color. This reaction shows that current flows through the solution. Let it run while staying nearby. Never leave this unattended. Heat and chemical buildup can happen if you ignore it. Keep the area ventilated and keep your hands away from the water during charging. While the battery sits in the solution, use the time to solve the replacement problem. Grab the smaller battery and test it in the clock. It does not fit properly because the clock battery slot needs a larger size. A simple spacer can fix that temporarily. Take an empty cigarette pack and remove any cigarettes inside. Do not smoke. Use only the packaging material. Pull out the aluminum foil layer and fold it into a thick strip. This foil works as a conductor and also adds thickness. Insert the smaller battery into the clock compartment. Push the folded foil into the negative side so it fills the empty space and creates solid contact. Close the battery cover and check the clock. The hands begin to move again. The clock runs using the smaller battery and the foil spacer. This is not a long-term solution, but it works in an emergency and proves the clock itself has no damage. After about 1 hour, unplug the charger from the wall first. Never remove wires while the charger stays connected. Lift the washer out of the salt water and remove the battery from the holder. Dry the battery with a clean cloth and wipe both terminals carefully. Look inside the cup. The water has turned yellow and cloudy. You can also see dirty residue floating in the solution. That shows the process pulled oxidation and contamination away during the reaction. Pick up the multimeter again and measure the battery voltage. Touch the probes to the terminals and hold steady. The screen finally shows a real number instead of 0. The battery has voltage again. Install the restored battery back into the clock. Close the cover and watch the hands. This trick helps when you have no replacement battery available and you need something working again quickly. Always stay safe. Avoid short circuits and never leave the setup unattended. If this repair helped you, tap the like button so more people can find it. Subscribe for more practical DIY fixes and leave a comment telling what tool or battery you want to restore next.